know, the less edits I've got to do, the better.
I know, Pete, but it's okay. Okay, today we're going to do the dreaded floating Floyd string change.
Dun, dun, dun.
Da, 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 da. Yeah, and all that stuff. Something that people seem to think is fantastically scary. And I'll confess, the very first time I did a string change on a floating locking trem guitar, I think it took me 4 hours and 20 minutes to get it back into tune. And
420.
I know. And I thought, well, either I'm guitarded or something's going on. But I figured it out after a while. And anyway, I'm going to save you guys a lot of hassle. One of the best things you can do when changing your strings on a Floyd is have the arm in the trem. Makes life a lot easier. Gives you physical control of what's going on. Okay, so secret weapon number one, and I'm going to show you this before I actually take the old strings off here. The random-ish, kind of, sort of rectangular, but you know, a little bit chewed up here and there, piece of wood. As you can see, this one's about, a little under ½ inch, maybe like 1 centimeter by 2 centimeters, and a couple of inches long. And with all the different sort of sizes, it will fit under a trem to support the trem and not let the trem drop right into the routing when you take the strings off. And that's going to be a big time saver. So here we go. String changing. First thing, like I say, with the bar in, I can depress, take the tension off the strings, and with my 3mm wrench here, just unlock the bolts and take the strings off. Ta-da! Now I can let go of the trem and it'll sit on the block of wood. No chaos, nothing. Okay, now we've talked about machine head alignment when doing string changes before, and when we've been doing it with non-locking systems like on a regular acoustic or a regular electric guitar, we've been lining them up to like 45 degrees to the neck, which has enabled us to sort of do a quick loop of the string and get it up to pitch quickly. This is going to be a little different. If you notice, I've still got the ball ends on the strings here, and that's because, you know, typically when doing a double locking trem like this, you actually end up sort of cutting the string down. So why bother to cut it twice by cutting the ball end off and locking that end in the bridge and then trimming it for length of the machine heads? So here's the little trick. As I take the tension off of the strings, I'm just going to wind the posts so the holes are actually in line with the direction of the strings. Ow! Ow! Who put that box there? Anyway, here we go. Now I can take the tension off the lock pads there, and as you can see now the strings are loose, so I'm going to pull them through, trying not to take out any, eyes or anything. As you can see now, 6 holes in the tuner posts that are in this direction, along the length of the neck, in the direction that the strings are going to go. The strings, of course, you want a good set, and with a locking floating trem, because it's all about the art of balancing between the string tension on the front of the guitar and the spring tension in the back of the guitar, don't go changing gauges unless you know what you're doing in terms of balancing the trem afterwards. So we're assuming that we're doing a like gauge for like gauge string change right now. I always, because I'm a wimp, use 9-42s. D'Addario EXL 120s are my brand of choice. Thank you. So, here we go. And here's the reason for lining up post the way I did. I'm now going to be able to just thread the string through. Ta-da! And to keep things tidy, they stick to the pole pieces. Now, trimming of the strings, quite simply, use your fine tuners as a gauge. Okay, so there I am, just holding them finger tight, making sure all the ball ends are snug in the tuners there, and that's where I'm going to cut them off.
Wow.
That was an action shot, wasn't it, right there?
That was.
Okay, take the nice freshly cut end of the string, put it in the saddle. Now if you notice, the saddle has a groove for the string to go in, so use that to your advantage to help you center the string. You don't want to be sort of bolting the string in off to one side, so just lean the string towards the groove and then pinch it up. And the one thing to remember, these are not huge bolts. You're not putting tons and tons of tension on the strings. You do not have to use both hands to crank on the bolt, crank on the wrench. You do not have to do it up until it snaps and then back it off half a turn. Thumb pressure's enough. Plus it'll save you $25 a saddle every time you break one. Back to the string winder. Okay, just putting a little bit of finger tension on the string to keep it organized. And start winding. And just roughly get them up to pitch, and now I can take my block out from under the trem. The trem is still sitting where I want it. It's not disappeared down into the routing. And actually nailing the tuning now with a tuner will just take me a couple of minutes, and we're done. So there you go. It's that easy. All for a block of wood. Have fun, guys.